those, what are some of the achievements? Those, I mean, major achievement for 2025.
Ah, plenty. Oh.
Let's hear some.
So 2025, we at the beginning of the year, the president announced that we were going to do around 3,500 connections. And those connections, mostly the majority was going to be free connection for homes that can afford. So we have done more than 3,500 as it stands.
Okay.
At the moment, we've done about 4,310 connections
In Monrovia.
in Monrovia. Of that amount, of that quantity, we connected 17 plus 2,500, 3,210 free. And on the so we got funding from the World Bank. So on the average, we were connecting a household for around $500 to connect a single household.
500 LD. Yeah, we gotta be specific now. We would have said it on the radio and say
500 USD, man. 500 LD. Can you remember? The meter alone to install, the meter alone is around $70.
Okay.
The water meter. Yeah, so we have been able to do that connection. We also promised that we were going to begin a massive rehabilitation of the Central Monrovia sewage system. Yeah, we are doing that, and we have done significant work on it. We are now on some of the major hotspots, like if you go down Getty Street, Getty and Benson Street,
Yeah.
we are relaying the pipes as we speak. On the Center Street piece, we are doing it. Getty and Benson Street intersection has been a very serious problem, and the
Very
reason
terrible.
why,
Yeah.
well, so you see, the problem is the feces you see coming out, it hasn't been coming out mainly from the sewage line. We have public drains that should be called like a rainy, the runoff water.
Yeah.
So those public drains, because water and sewer wasn't cleaning the sewage line, the clock, so people disconnected themselves and put their sewer line in the public drain.
Wow.
The one that's also called it rainwater. So every time they use their
It
toilets,
rains then. It
and then
pours
people say,
out.
"Oh yeah, you know."
The same was happening to public works, to the front of public works.
No, you go to
Then-
public works now. It's been months. Even public were right down here to your place here, the other spot here. In fact, we had to demolish some of the structures
Yes.
in order to get the places clean. We've discovered new places today, just today, around the Mecklin Street area. They've done a lot of construction, and we started discussion with public works to begin the demolition of those structures to clean. So basically, to a larger extent, we've put some of the major spots under control. So what we're doing on Getty Street and Benson Street is disconnecting the people from the public drain and
Sending
reconnecting
back,
them
redirecting.
in the sewer line. So we have done those ones. And of course, our water supply has become really, really stable, except that the pipe infrastructure that runs water from, transmit water from White Plains to Central Monrovia has been causing a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that has been one of the major
A
challenges.
persistent,
we've had.
persistent
The
rupturing.
rupture, yeah.
But that's because of the age. The pipe is, those pipes were constructed, the 36-inch were constructed in 1968. And it was for 50 years.
I saw you doing installation of.
So
a new set
we are
of-
replacing them. We should be completing the first 10 kilometers of pipe by end of January. So first 10 kilometers will be completed. That 10 kilometer is costing us 12.4 million.
Wow.
Yeah, and because it's on that side. Now the next 15.2 kilometers, we are in discussion with the African Development Bank
Okay.
to sponsor that aspect, and we've gone very far. By next month, they will be coming for approval mission. That's going to cost us in a total of 22.2 million. So to lay for the part we are coming to now, to lay 1 kilometer of the 48-inch pipe will cost 1.2 million. Every 1 kilometer is 1.2 million. So the 15.2 will be around 18 plus million and plus the overhead cost. So that takes the estimate to 22.2 million.
Will it be able to pump more water into town and other
Absolutely,
places?
absolutely. The volume will increase. It will increase the volume of water that we are supplying. And so also we've been able to, during these connections, we've been able to expand to places that didn't have water supply, like Omega, other places, places in Dupont Road, along the Tinker Village belt. All those places are now, within our reach. We can supply them with water. The major problem is the volume of water we are pumping. So we have upped our volume of water now from 5 million gallons to 6 million gallons a day. But the plant itself has the capacity of the plant is 16 million gallons, but we are now utilizing 6 million gallons because the pumps are, down. Some of the pumps are down, but even if they were all up, we can pump at a very high pressure because the pipe, ratting pipe, they will get rupture.
What are you doing with water theft?
It's really difficult, if your theft is very huge, we call police on you, will carry to court. There was a guy who amount went up to almost $10,000.
You were just using water free.
Oh man, just using water, just using the sewer line, and every time they go and disconnect thing, the people go back.
It's reconnected.
Yeah, he get people to do reconnection, so we'll carry police on him. Other than that, people who just get smaller build and they don't want to pay 3, 4, 500, I will just roll out a pipe and carry it. when you want reconnection, you come back.
The proper means.
So you now passing through the proper means, you pay our old there.
You pay the old debt.
Then you pay for reconnection. Yeah.
Wow. So let's you want to say something?
Yeah. So I wanted to say we have conducted feasibility studies for other cities as well. Banga, not Banga. Banga will do feasibility study.
I know you have a property in Buchanan.
Yeah, we've conducted feasibility study for Buchanan and to rehabilitate and expand the water system in Buchanan will cost of 4.4 million. We had a conversation with the president pro tem today. She's very interested in that. Okay. We don't know what will happen. Kakata, we conducted feasibility study that will cause rehabilitation and expansion. The population has increased.
It's higher.
That will cost 3.9 million. To construct a brand new water system in Ganta with a huge population throughout the place will cost 10 million. So we are in conversation at different levels with different organizations to see how we can get money to sponsor some of them. But it's not like an assurance that it's going to happen.
You're still having
now because these things mostly are sponsored by government. So like the Southeastern projects, if the budget is passed and what is allocated, the Ministry of Finance has allocated 4.6 million to complete all the Southeastern projects. We will complete them in 2026 if the budget is passed as it was drafted on our end. Then we'll complete everything before December in 2026 and commission them.
You should be lobbying with some of the senators from these counties that will be affected.
Well, I should say bravo to the lawmakers from some of the counties, like Senator James Barney has been really, he's the one in fact who has been lobbying for the Plibo project.
Okay.
He lobbied for it from the beginning. The one in Greenville is the Representative Romeo Kuya, who has been lobbying with his colleague, and the one in Zwedru is Senator Zopena. So they are doing extremely well. They are helping breed. They have interest in that to ensure that we get them completed. Now, Senator Prince Moe is also lobbying to see if we can get money to conduct the feasibility study for Banga and Foya as well, because Vonjama has water. We are also intending to
Oh, there's
conduct.
water in front of
Yeah,
you? Oh, okay.
yeah. We are also intending to conduct studies for Barclayville ancestors in 2026. So those are some of the major things that we've done. Of course, um, we are expanding the system in Bopolo. So this time around, now we did another well to connect to the central system. That will enable people to be able to connect to their
Is it
homes.
still effective?
Yeah, very, very, very effective. So what we're doing now, adding the next well there, that will enable people to connect water to their homes, and you don't have to get up early morning to. But it depends who will want it. If you want it, you apply for the connection to your homes, and then the people that will do the connection.
Kind of do a little bit of explanation again. I see a text message coming about the connection of the free homes. I mean, free connection of underprivileged homes. Who are those you're considering underprivileged?
Well, so we have a team. The team goes to their communities and conduct assessment. So you see, there are some homes you look at, and it's just by you see you determine. You say, yeah, they all are say I don't think they ought to afford. There are some structures they build. They even get plumbing system inside. Definitely, those structures most likely can afford to pay $300-400 because these are structures that are distance away from the pipe.
Okay.
And when we conduct assessment for some of them, it goes up to $1,000 or so. So when we get these little funding from our partners, we apply it to them. So when you're doing bulk connection, so the first one, the 2,500 structure, I think the cost per household was $550, I think, and these are distant ways, so you have to lay kilometers of pipes. The second phase, the 710 homes, that we are paying $424 per household. And so we go in the communities and we look at the structure and say, okay. So, but what will happen is that when these structures get connected, these houses get connected, the good thing is that the pipe is now in that community. And so other people can find
People
it
who are
easier.
privileged
They can find it easier to pay for connection.
What are those communities you take into consideration?
So we did the Omega community, we did Rock Hill, we did some on the GSA Road, some in Dupont Road, Shara. We did some in the Bushro Island area, Douala, Newcrewtown, where, yeah, a total of 2,500. Now the new one, we are doing some homes in Shara again,
Okay.
Rock Hill, beyond the German embassy. We're doing like I think 75 homes there. Called Rock Hill, yeah. So we're doing like we did a 158 in Police Academy, 150 in Shara, 75 beyond the HMO. Of course, the 2,500 we even connected some homes in Buse Quarter as well.
Okay, that's good. Buse Quarter right here. Down Main Street. By 2029, more. What kind of feat do you want to achieve?
One, to upgrade the water treatment plant. So on the water side, to upgrade the water treatment plant,
Yeah.
to pump more volume of water, conduct more customers. Well, let me start calling them customers, to conduct more homes in Monrovia and Painesville. To make sure that at least we are now supplying water, that will begin to supply water in some communities in Brewerville. And let me say, we also work with partners, right? So the first thing I instituted was to communicate with some of the partners who are doing water systems. Before, people just go and just do hand pumps and just do this one. So I communicated with them. We are not allowing hand pumps again. When you want to do a water system, just do a water system. And the Catholic Relief Services, the Latter-day Saint Church, they've been collaborating. They were able to, we worked together, identify a community, Ray Hill, in the Pinsville area to Johnsonville Way. They constructed a system there that we identify and they connect homes. So now the Catholic Relief Services came back, they got some funding, and they want us to identify communities. So we are identifying our community. We are doing assessment to identify our community within the Wrepue area. Okay. The number of beneficiaries they are targeting is 10,000.
That's huge.
So 10,000 persons. So we will work with them to identify the community, and then they will do the water system, but they will work along with our engineers. And we are also working to identify our community within Kakata that they can construct a water system in.
When they are done with these things more, who does,
So what we're doing is the systems, we identify community people, and we form them into a group, train them, and turn the system over to them. They operate it as a business.
To manage and operate.
To manage it, yeah.
So almost they're privatizing it.
Precisely, and that's what we did in Rabosport, Vonjama, and Sanikode. So you give it to private people, they operate it, and it's now on us. But we provide technical assistance to them.
Do they pay something in return?
No. So the community pay, they use that
for maintenance
and operations and everything. They don't pay anything to us. The ones in Sanikode, Vonjama, and Rabosport, they are supposed to remit something to a certain amount to water and sewer, but for the last 2 years we've told them whatever you're supposed to give to us, take it and improve the system, connect more homes. So private operators, they've been doing well. Even the one in Ray Hill, they're doing very well. The only thing we don't allow is for you to sell the water above the tariff that we set.
Do you have a responsibility as well to ensure there's water in rural Liberia, when I'm talking about not the urban area, in the rural places?
Nope. So our responsibility is to communities that have population of 5,000 and above. But I was telling you what I want to achieve by the end of 2029. If I am still MD, we also want to make sure, if we have funding, that at least all the county capitals we have water supply.
That's huge.
And on the sewage end, we are looking for investors. We want to concession the sewer sector out. It's a huge money-making thing. So we are talking to people who may be interested, investors, because we want to solve this sewer system
overflowing
problem. Yeah. You see, it's not just about the sewer system overflowing. There is a reason why. We have lift stations, something that you say boost, that help to pump. 9 lift stations all down. That's why you see our trucks every day in the streets. They have to be stocking up, So we want to concession that out to private investors. And there are 3 ways you can make money from there. The fees you collect, if you were to construct the treatment works, you collect gas from there, methane gas, even electricity, and also produce fertilizers. So we are in discussion. But outside of that, we want to make sure that, completely, I'm not saying sewage will not overflow. There will always be clog. But we want to really get rid of that within Central Monrovia.
The Sony here, is it under your control?
No, that's public way. So Sony is a public drain. It's a stormwater drain. Okay. It's not sewage something. All right. The reason you see sewage flowing there is the same thing I was explaining. People build and just connect straight there. Some because they don't want to pay sewer bill. Some who are even connected to the sewer line, they disconnect and connect in the Sony. Or they connect in the public drain, because most of the public drain, in fact, all in Central Monrovia, empties into the Sony. So when you walk along the Sony, you will see all the outlets, these small pipes hole there.
Could you find some of these people for doing what they're doing?
Well, yes, people are supposed to be fine, but you can't find people when you don't have your system intact. We want to make sure our system is intact first. Because some of the people too, you can blame them. If you are connected to the sewer line and the sewer line is clogged, it affects you. Like here, if many times you're called to complain, you're connected to this manhole that were here. And the reason why I couldn't get clean because you're sat down there, people bill all on the line, and so it's clogged. You're supposed to.
No people bill before OKF even open.
Okay, that one leave you. But when it clogged, you should use the manhole to clean. So there was no access to the manhole, so we had to demolish that structure. And the day we see someone constructing that, we'll still break it down because it now so to build that place, so to be free anytime.
And you did it all the way down.
All the way down, straight to Center Street to Galley Street, because the sewer line runs like that. Yeah, it runs over
From
there and
Johnson
goes.
Street up there.
Yeah, the one runs from here, goes down to that place, passing near the Ahmadiyya Mosque.
Yeah.
And in between there, the sewer lines are there. Then it flows, and then the other one they run down to in front Lane Street, the place there, right to the intersection there, going through. Then another one in front of the funeral home, then to public way. All of them dump in, go. They sort of go to the community. I don't know how you call the community, Wrepue and the Old Defense Ministry.
It's Flagbar or where?
Flagbar.
Yeah,
there is a line there that run into a central main beyond Central Ha. I don't know if you know Old Central Ha.
Yeah.
Around the Center Street there. Then it empties into the manhole to beyond Public Works, and then flow goes to BTC.
Your work with the sewage is huge.
Very huge. Way more than water.
What will it cost you?
85 million.
I don't think we are getting there anytime soon.
No, we will. We are in discussion with several international partners. 85 million to rehabilitate the entire system, to rebuild the treatment works, and to expand.
What do you say to people who say the infrastructures are old? I mean, the place is clustered up, congested. How will you manage?
No, so you see, like the water, for example, when you say, oh, the pipe, but they say, just change the whole pipe. What you do with the whole pipe, just change it. Many people, more than 90% of the population believe that anything that comes to with construction of water infrastructure is very cheap. That's what many people think. So the simple example I can give them is when you're building your hotel local, when the plumber can they draw this something, the whole plan. They say to do your plumbing system in your house, how much it can cost. Before you think about running pipes. So you don't see pipes, the major pipes, you don't see them.
They are underground.
They are all buried underground. So to even replace them that work, every time we replace a pipe and the pipe leaks, we replace a pipe, we cut in a quota, that quota we cut in, we got to restore it. Probably again, but if you get permit from public work, one call your quota out, you got to give the plan, the restoration plan.
They got to approve it.
Yes. So they will approve it before you can cut the asphalt and bury the pipe, replace the pipe. The same thing with the reason why you see, in fact, we are now doing all these streets is because public work wrote and said, go ahead, replace your pipes, repair your leaks and everything, because we are coming to do the streets in Central Morocco. So we are working, we're racing against time.
Part of President Bouakar's agenda will focus on the wash. He talked about sanitation. How enthusiastic is the president? More when you're having conversation with him, quoting all of these bulk amount of money you need to do some of the work you're doing.
So let me say this. Before I took over water and sewer, they support. Well, maybe they used to give support, because when you look in the budget, you will see money there for water and sewer. When you look to budget turnover, you will see outturn, whatever the finance people call it. You see that they've actually used the money, but then you could not see the work for it because of the president's interest in the sanitation aspect of his arrest agenda. That's why you see the level of attention we have on water and sewer. That's why I see everybody say we want water, or we want to get connected to the sewer line. When people see a little sewer overflow anywhere in the street, my phone can rest. They will just be calling. When water leaking anywhere, people would just call my number. You know, my number is a common thing. So people would just call, oh, more your water leaking on this house. Oh, more your water leaking on this house. And so the attention there is very huge. And the president has made clear to his people, particularly the finance ministry, that, water supply to the people, a good sanitation facility is his interest. That's something that he wants. That's why he included it in the arrest agenda. So there is a huge attention from it. More than that, even with international partners, there wasn't this much interest, because for them to take interest in something, the push has to come from the government to take huge interest. So right now there is very good attention from it. That's why the AFDB is coming in, and we have the ECOWAS band. We just met with them, I think on Monday or Tuesday. They are making some commitment. We just started discussion. We're hoping, they can make a huge commitment. They are saying they want to make a huge commitment, but that would depend on the government accepting. So we presented both our sewer proposal to them plus the water line proposal, and we're hoping that we can get some good news from them.
On the back of all of these achievements, the government itself continued to get some international goodwill. On yesterday, it was a good news from the MCC. Are you hoping some of those funds, when it comes, it can be directed towards water and sewers? I mean, because they're talking about infrastructure as well.
Yes. So the MCC, the team that came to do the binding constraints, they were here, and
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and they told us that water was not binding constraint, because from their analysis we were doing well with water supply to the population. They say that about 76% of Liberians have access to basic water supply. It is not necessarily from water and sewer.
Mm-hmm. Some other sources.
Basic. We made a case to them. On several fronts, and they jotted notes when we did our presentation to them. But then they said, well, the final decision on the sectors to select will be with the government. But there are two sectors high on their agenda: the road infrastructure and energy. So we are hoping, they can slip in the water there for something, and particularly when I did a presentation, they took interest mainly in, I talked about prepay meters. So they took main interest in prepay meters, because if we are able to connect 20,000 homes or customers to prepay meters, water and sewer can easily generate $9 to $10 million annually just from water.
Wow. Mm-hmm. To remit that to the government's revenue.
Not to remit all that to government revenue, but be able to, exactly, because operational costs will come from there, and you'll be able to remit to revenue, generate the government revenue and everything.
Yes. If you're just joining us, a kind reminder: you're listening to the conversation on OKFM. This is the second and final segment. We'll be back here on tomorrow. Mo Ali is the managing director of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. He's here with us. We've talked lengthily about the sector. Mo, let's transition a little bit. You headed the media and publicity committee. I don't know what I'm getting it right about. Your party's homecoming program. Did you expect the influx of people? I mean, at that party headquarters, were you surprised? Or
I may sort of be asking you now. Did you expect that?
No, I gotta be asking you, because
we did. We expected turnout. The people themselves were excited about it. They've been wishing to have this massive interaction with their president and the vice president. And so, yes, we expected the turnout. We also expected the turnout because we know we are performing. And people particularly wanted to go say, thank you, Mr. President, for what you're doing, you and your team. But we also want you to do more. there are still some issues that are unaddressed, and we think we should put more effort to some of these things.
What do you say to your opponents who feel or think you should put more effort into governance, the gathering people for party headquarters, construction, and all of those?
My man, that debate, it can sound very comical to me, right? When we were defeated in 2017, and then 2021, November, December, we got evicted from that same place. All of you around here, you journalists, everybody, including our own partisans and those who were opposition to us. Oh, you're ruling party for 12 years. You couldn't even acquire your own headquarters, this and that.
That wasn't your lie. That wasn't your lie.
That was not lie. They evicted us, right? And so 6 years later, we got back. Partisans are, not all the partisans, but key partisans are empowered. We are working, we are taking salaries. And then we come together, we say we will correct the mistakes of the past. We will put some efforts in acquiring headquarters for our party so that we cannot meet that same fate again. So we are contributing massively. Partisans are contributing their whole month salaries, on 2 months of their salaries. And I, for example, we tax every county, and the counties tax the districts. For example, in Monserrado, the leadership taxed the district to contribute a certain amount. And the district I live in, District 5, they came to me, I had to make a contribution. I also had to make contribution to Cape Mount.
Where you're from.
Exactly. So almost every partisan who is empowered contributed handsomely to that project. And so somebody comes and say, oh, our effort in getting headquarters affect our performance at any way as government officials? I don't think so. We are just maximizing our potential. We are maximizing our energy, and we are multitasking.
How do we all get convinced more that you could not slink into the country's covers to do something?
Because it's not just easy to go in country cover. So what would be the reason you give to get money from a government entity, for example? Let's take, for example, water and sewer. What reason will you give? What is the reason will you give? When you drew your budget up, did you put in the budget water and sewer will contribute to UP headquarters? Because everything you get, maybe in other government, people just used to take money. In the one here, we can just take money. Government runs by system, and if you go by that system, it makes it practically difficult to take money. If you don't go, you can decide. You can decide to put the whole system one side. But you do a budget. From that budget, you do a procurement plan. From that budget, you do a cash plan. But you also have your own work plan. So you do not go out, you do not spend outside of what you did not put in the budget. So where will you get that money from? To go and just take it from, and just take it and go. What justification do you have? What documentation will you give? So no, we are not. It's simple for people to talk. The property we are acquiring is a high value property. A very high value property.
How much are you paying for that?
So, well, I am not in the know. The committee, we were supposed to meet yesterday, but it's a good money. Honestly, that property is a high value property. It's 1.6 acre. So what we did, I'll tell you the location, everything. That's a prime location. I will tell you what we did. We negotiated with the McLeans. We say, give all the property, we'll pay you.
Your former landlord.
Now, former landlord. The McLeans agree. So we told them, the only way we can raise the money is for you to give all the documents to the property, the deeds. Right? We took that deed and carried to the bank through one of our partisans, because the bank does not give loan
So
to political party.
so you got to use an.
You don't get money. So we use one of our partisans, who is a business person, and say, yeah, the deed, carry to the bank and put on the property, use the property as the collateral.
To take some money.
So we use the property as collateral, take loan from the bank, and pay them clean.
So that's the money you're trying to raise back.
Yeah, so now we have to pay that loan back over time. So we use that property and another property as collateral. The records are there to the bank. We there hold, so that's what we to do now. So over time we'll be contributing, and it's not, the good thing is that now 1 year we're supposed to pay. We're supposed to pay over a period of time. So they're not troking out, they say, oh, you take the loan today, can't pay today.
I'm just sitting here imagining if people are taxed to pay, especially pay at your level in government.
Of course you gotta pay.
How much President Puaka is paying?
I don't know his contribution. No, I know, but he is contributing.
He's at the top.
Everybody is contributing, but contribution amount varies depending on your position. So I know, for example, a colleague of ours who is going to give 3 months of his salary to that, but is not going to say 3 months in succession.
Yeah.
So if 3 months of the man's salary at 5,000, so he would divide that and say, okay, over this time I will pay this 5,000, but it will be equivalent to 3 months of my salary.
Okay, let's talk to a few Liberians and what they think about some of the success stories we've heard and the challenges from LWFC. And then, hello?
Yeah, Trokon, good evening.
Let's hear you.
Good evening to His Excellency President Wrepue and Moali Institute. I'm Sama Sikekwa and I'm doing for our Marjorie, Facility Secretary. So, you may not follow on December 6th, but Moali was one of the persons who the crowd was shouting when we were now when kind of performers in the government. LNP director, one of the persons, LNP, but the exception that the party to was LNP is an institution that does not attach to the community party. So it tells you why you say in studio that people went and appreciate the government for almost 2 years, the tremendous progress that they made, and also to encourage the people to move. So yes, we are Liberian, we are supporters of the institution. Some of us will send our 5 cents, 2 cents. Whatever time they accept for to go back for the 7 or 10 segment, will be willing to pay for our parliament for the continually across the country.
Thank you, Samuel. Let's hear another person. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Let's hear you, please.
Yeah, I just want to use this opportunity to appreciate Mr. Ali for
just
his
call
great job.
Take your time. Call your name.
Yeah, I'm praying Tamba Nyuma.
Okay.
I'm calling from Kendall.
Go ahead.
I just want to appreciate him. He's one of those actually that are doing so much well. They are actually representing the party. So I want to appreciate him. He should not be deterred. He should continue to do his great job. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Yeah,
I'm fine. Let's hear you, please.
Yeah, I'm Washington Bolívar, from Boston.
Go ahead, Washington.
Mr. Mo, thank you for the work done. But I tell you, you never respond to me. But I'll take this on my project work. Thank you so much.
You can't tell you. Hello?
Hello?
No, you got to check all your messages. Go ahead.
Trokon, my knee is back. I'm pulling in for like chasing your stadium. Let me appreciate my MD Institute, also my SD, my former SD, for the work you are doing at what is well. It's one of the appointments that the government made that we can boast of, but we are from the utilitarian angle. And we appreciate it a lot. We are doing a tremendous well at water and sewer. It is a place in Toko at NDR area today at water and sewer. The place in Toko, nobody ever protest for sorry at water and sewer. Since it took over today, you can see all around this country, a lot of Liberians are trying to get through to water and sewer, and we are connecting most water facilities across the country.
Okay, so, let's hear others. Hello?
Hello?
After you will take the last two, let's hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead, please. You're live.
Ben Jaffe are calling from Louisiana Township.
Yeah, Ben.
Oh, I really appreciate more Ali to be friend. He's doing extremely well. I live around where they put in a prep on the road. They are doing what to be friend. We are living around, I think we getting water now. Of course, they are still working, but at least we're receiving water now to be friend. He had did. But my recommendation is, he will not forget about my country, but he can't, because he just call it. Other country, he call it what
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Trokon.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Elemental pleasant good evening to your studio guest. How are you? My name is David Kuya Number, and I called this afternoon for Ashman Street. I want to appreciate the MD studio for the eloquent presentation, and I think the Labrador Water and Sewer Corporation on the dynamic leadership of Honorable Ali is doing incredibly well. Take, for example, two community, I hear from two community, for example. During the dry season, all of periods, for example, it took months for water to be through the faucet, the public areas, for example. Unlike today, water is constantly available throughout the community. So that is a major achievement of this leadership. People are asking what the government have done. If anything has changed, water and sewer is one of the institutions that is doing incredible work under the government. I think it will point to things that have changed since the government took over.
Thank you, David. Let's hold you there. Take this call from overseas. Hello?
Good afternoon, Trokon Wrepue.
Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. My name is G. Rice from Virginia, and I'm following the show from Kigali, Rwanda.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you firstly to His Excellency President Joseph Imambuaka, President of the Republic of Liberia, for the magnificent changes in the country. I also want to say thank you to the MD, Mr. Muali. He's a very decent big brother. You know, his entity is one of the best performing entity in the country. It's one thing that has changed in the country, and some of us that are in the diaspora, we are following the workings of the MD and that of the government. So all I want to say is just thank you, Mr. Ali, and you keep working together along with the president to deliver the goods. At least some of us, we are in the diaspora, but we are proud that our votes in 2023 is a clear manifestation of bringing decent government to the Liberian people. Thank you so kindly, and I keep following the show from Rwanda, Kigali.
Thank you so kindly. Let's go back to Mr. Ali. A lot of commendation more. Let's talk about your plans for 2026.
So, 2026. The first thing is, like I said, if the budget is passed as it is, we will complete the 3 projects in the southeast. In 2026, we intend to do significant improvement in the sewage system, but also we want to continue to expand in order to supply more people with water, because this is very, very important. I will tell you, we did a survey in Central Monrovia. We did a study. So in Central Monrovia, people use up to $2,500 on water for domestic use. A household of just 5 persons, annually they use up to $2,500. You know, not even including the one they use for drinking water. So if you were to connect homes in Central Monrovia, then you'll be cutting their expenses down by $2,100. If you are connected to water and sewer, you spend up to $400 annually for water use in your home. And then we are pushing to consummate the deal with the African Development Bank. We hope to get that ratified by June, July, and then we'll continue with the construction of the 48-inch pipe.
Okay. Complete
the Southeast project, and then look for money and start new one. Of course, household connection will continue. We also intend to upgrade the White Plain treatment plan. We are also looking to conduct feasibility study to change the 16-inch pipe that convey water from White Plains through Cowell to Douala and Central Town.
Great. Alexander B. Rees wants to know. You talk about some 76%. I mean, when the MCC people came.
Oh,
He
yes.
wants to
So
know whether
there
it's
is
inclusive of WASH projects or only LWSC.
no. I said access to basic water supply.
Okay.
So that is like, for example, people who construct hand pumps, people who have access to hand pumps. Exactly. Everything is not just LWSC in the entire country. The joint monitoring report from UNICEF and WHO is that Liberia has 76% of Liberians have access to basic water supply. Basic water supply, the one you get from hand pump, the one they construct from the chaos, or the one the NGO do, everything inclusive.
Mr. Ali, thank you for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Trokon.
He's Mohamed Ali. He's the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. My name is Trokon Wrepue. Thanks to Blessing Imne, April and Kane. We live stream us both on Facebook and YouTube. Join us tomorrow for another edition of The Show. Bye-bye for now.
Favorite, your friend by your bedside. The latest hits and the greatest memories.